matter. I just wanna get with you and I know just how you feel. It's like you know that body right. You don't get it twisted. I'm a freak with decisions. Even the location, we might end up in the kitchen. Girl, you know yourself. All I can do is just assist you. And you know yourself. Anywhere you want, it's not an issue. But you know yourself. You know exactly how you want it. And you know yourself. You got that.
Welcome back, everybody. This is another fantastic episode of Convos in Chicago. I'm your host, BB Trinette. I have the pleasure of having two of some of the most knowledgeable and successful people in Chicago when it comes to this music thing. I got Miss Alexis RSA. I pronounced your last name correctly. Yes. Right. And then I have Mr. Nino Corleone in the building.
What's going on, BB?
Hey, what's going on, sir?
Blessed to be here.
Long time no see.
Oh man, it's a thing called inevitable, man. It's inevitable for us to cross paths again, you know.
I think the last time I saw you was at the last Illy Awards. Shouts out to
2023. Yeah,
2023.
It was blessing. It was a great occasion.
That was epic. It was like anybody who was anybody was up in that thing.
Yeah. That's what it's for, man. To bring what I don't say local, I would say independent underground.
Okay.
Seeing, but also to recognize the icons. We got icons this year that deserve their praise, just like we had last year, like the Crucial Conflicts and the the Poonies and the Wrens.
I found out me and Wild Style got the same birthday or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I was. I don't know. I felt excited about that.
But that's dope because you see, like that means something because a lot of superstars share either the same zodiac or the same birthday. So
true. Oh my goodness. It is so great to have y'all here. One of the main reasons that I wanted to have both of you all here is because you all have been promoting something that I think that is extremely important for artists to get in tune with, join, practice, and everything. And that is the union. I'm not sure who wants to jump it off. But can you all describe a little bit about it so I don't sound like an idiot on the air?
That's why the first hip hop member. That's why I wore the shirt today, organizing, because we definitely have to organize. Yeah, I got this from the class that I graduated from the Chicago Federation of Labor.
Nice.
Those are some of the perks that the Chicago Federation of Musicians has. Just to join, they will pay for you to become a professional organizer. Mm-hmm. They pay for my classes, and they will also send you to other organizing events in places like Atlanta, California, all over the country, if they know that you're serious about it. All expenses paid, and it's like a 4-day, sometimes 5-day graduation period. But see, the thing is this, what we have to understand is that we as artists are workers. Mm-hmm. But since we didn't have a union, the way that we signed contracts, the way that we've dealt with business in this music business, they haven't treated us as workers, because if we had a union, there's no way that they could take Prince's name, take his likeness, take all of his masters. This is a thing called exploitation or / exploitation.
Mhm.
So now look, now you want to look at the thing like this, right? If you are being paid a wage that wasn't legal,
Okay.
then you can go to the Chicago Federation of Labor and say, hey man, these type of things are going on in our workplace.
Right.
For 50 years, we've been, I'm gonna say before that, because Little Richard and all of those people that didn't have the brains like James Brown to be able to be his own investor, you know, a lot of the people and artists that were in this game, they were getting screwed the same way, you know. So then now let's think about the 50 years of hip hop. You know, we didn't stand a chance when it came down to the suits and how they told us which way our culture should be shaped. And when me, Lexi, and Tay, and Lex, and Travel King, and JT the Don, we sat down with the union and tell the president and the vice president and Karen, K, shout out K Nice, you know. When we tell them these things, they flabbergasted. They don't even know. Like, you know, you got to think about it. The orchestra and the symphony people not putting their songs on Spotify and Dat Piff and things like that. So
let me get this straight. So what you're talking about is something that's comparative to the Chicago Symphony Orchestra?
No, it's in direct correlation with it now.
Okay.
Now we are as hip hop artists, label owners, anybody that's in music from our culture now, we get the same thing that they are doing. And now what me and Lexi and our whole board is working to do is create a collective to where the R&B and hip hop artists have a home where they're making a salary just like the symphony and the orchestra. The symphony orchestra players, they're making 100,000 plus a year, and being the top almost at 200,000. They don't worry about being Jay-Z. They not worried about being Beyonce. They cool with they middle class.
Because they have stability.
Yeah, you know, with health benefits, life insurance, a pension that you can pay
doing
into.
what they love to do.
So think about you as a rapper. Think about, I'm gonna say this, think about King Youngin, right? 12, 13 years old, having a pension that he can pay into. That changes the game. Yeah, that changes the game.
So, like, how did you get set up with this Chicago Federation
of Musicians?
Now you know me,
Chicago Federation.
You guys both know me,
yeah.
Right. Yep. So I'm what you would call the whistleblower, but I don't like to talk about it unless I can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So I got the recording. You know, it's going to come out in the documentary. I got the recording of the very first phone call because I knew it was going to be legendary. And I recorded it with me talking to K Nice. Shout out K Nice. One day, I just woke up and I said, you know what? I'm about to create a union. And so I started doing all this research. I started doing paperwork. And before I did my research on is there a musical union, I done did all this paperwork. And then I thought last, like, wait, let me see if somebody
else. already something out there. Somebody else thought about this.
I stumbled upon the American Federation of Musicians.
Wow.
So I called them. And this is on phone. This is on video. So I called them. Dan DiRienzo is his name from the American Federation of Musicians. He was like, man, look, the Chicago Federation of Musicians is your local branch. You're from Chicago, boom, boom, boom. I say, wait, what? So I looked on the Chicago, fast forward, I looked on the Chicago Federation of Musicians website. It was no representation for hip hop and R&B.
Wow.
You know, they've been around for 120 years.
Are y'all listening to this? Like, this is stuff that is really important for you to know. Like, I hear conversations all the time about getting paid or not getting paid to do what you're doing. And this is something that Nino did some research. He Googled, and this is what he found. Something that that's already ours, potentially, That's been around for, you said
120 years.
120
I think
years.
124, if to be exact.
124 years.
Because it's 2024, right? So it's like 124 years. So I'm gonna blow your mind with this. People like Quincy Jones is in the American Federation of Musicians.
I bet.
No, but look, they've been working alongside with the Tupacs and the Biggies. You know, Joe Budden, this is researchable. Joe Budden, Meek Mills, they came up with a whole campaign in 2019. Like, man, if we had a union, then things would go different, right? They're from up top, from the East Coast, where the major union, the headquarters, the American Federation of Musicians, is in New York. So what I'm saying is they kind of like ducked us or something, or, you know. But one thing about it is it's illegal to say that y'all not going to include us in this. And shout out to Karen, BJ, and John Floater, you know, our president, vice president, our treasurer, because they understood. I'm ready for the rebellion. When I was on the phone with Karen, I was ready for her not to be receptive, and I got the total opposite, you know. And that's how we are at the table now, and we're about to make some changes within this culture that's never been seen before. You never seen. See, we're so used to having to bring. This why the conversation is this. If you don't sell tickets, you don't make no money in the show, right? Right. That's even
that's
you,
the biggest,
right? These people, it's 150 people or less on the stage. A quartet is 2 to 15 people, and the symphony and the orchestra is more than that, right? They don't sell tickets. When I told them people that we have to, like, our lowest totem pole is to bring out at least 5 people per artist, they laughed. They was like, what? Exactly. The exact response. And now I'm talking about, genuineness. They were like, say that again to me. So the artist has to.
That's unheard of.
So now look, they saying Nino. They said Nino. It could be 10 people in the crowd. We still get our same salary. So my thing was this: how do we do that?
Right.
You know.
Right. How do I get paid to do what I love doing anyway?
How do we do that?
How do we do that? How do we not have to worry about or have the burden of trying to hustle and sell people tickets and try to get folks in a room? Because organically, we're going to have followers. Organically, if folks rock with our craft, they're going to come out. But they're not going to come out all the time. That same person is not going to support every single thing. And that's okay. So that's where this comes in at. Because now I don't have to worry about whether I'm getting paid based on ticket sales.
Right. Well, I think that has hip hop and R&B should have always been a part of that in general, because those are the only 2 genres where we have a majority of the pay for play. Because if you look at any of the other genres that pop, rock, a lot of them are already under the union. Like if you look on the website, you can see those genres already there. And then if you think about it, a lot of the venues in Chicago, if you go on their website, they have bands that are booked for sometimes a year in advance, and they're paid.
Wow.
They're paid. I don't know if they're necessarily union supported.
So that goes to like Lollapalooza.
And
absolutely.
Yeah. And then they're also paid for rehearsals too. And they're paid if nobody shows up, if it gets canceled. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the free shows that you see, like at the so you see how it's the venue that's like kind of down the street from the Beam, that's outdoors.
Yep.
Majority of those shows in that is free.
Blues Fest, stuff like that.
Free. So it's free for them to come out, and the people on the stage is getting paid. This is what I'm saying. If this was happening in our culture, we changed the shape of it. You got less Kia boys, you got less killers, you got less people that's robbing, you got less people scamming. Because now, if I know that I could come over here and learn how I can be in a conglomerate that can give me 100,000 plus, or even if it was 50,000, because we got to crawl before we walk.
Right.
You know, this thing that they've been doing has been happening for, like I said, over 100 years. So they have figured out the companies that's donating. They found the philanthropists. So that's what we have to do. And this thing is like the civil rights movement for us. Yes. I need the BBs. I need the Shot Blizzes. I need the My Radio Chicagos. I need the Determined Radios. This isn't about us clicking together. This is about us having a voice.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We are all civil rights movers in this movement right now. Like, it should be no reason why you don't agree that we aren't making enough money off of our music right now.
Yep.
It should be no reason why you don't agree that we aren't making enough money off of our YouTube streams. Yes. And so let me clarify this. It's people that know how to capitalize off the 13 to 16 streams off of your income if you have your paperwork together and things like that. How many people don't know this though? And that will fall by the wayside and say, I want to put my stuff on Spotify. It should still be illegal for them to give us less than a penny. And that's all I'm saying.
That's very predatory.
That's all I'm saying. Yep. And then, hold on, when I sign a deal, you mean to tell me because you give me a cash advance that I have to give you all of my likeness, all of my brand, all of the works that's what I'm saying. It should have been illegal for the way that they did one of our greatest in the world that ever made music, which is Prince.
Yep.
That's my example right there.
I hope y'all getting this. Everybody that's out here listening, make sure you share the live. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to just check in with some of the folks. Yep, Dino, what's going on? What's up, everybody? Yes, checking in. We got Doug checking in. Doug O'Lake, everybody.
What's going on, everybody?
Kiwi. I was just listening to Minutes on my way here because I'm on Minutes. That's right. Yep. Hey, Fox. How y'all doing? Yeah, so right now, just in case you just chimed in, we are sitting here talking about the Chicago Federation of Musicians. It's the union that was unbeknownst to us for centuries, decades, and equals a century or so. And some change.
No, a century is 100 years. You are factual when you say that.
I said centuries with an S at first, and then I had to no, but it's 10
but
decades.
That's what it feels like, BB.
Yep.
It feels like the disconnect.
It's been 12
feels
decades.
Like centuries. Like,
yep.
Wow.
And it is our time to actually be aware of this knowledge and actually plug in and get in tune, because the other thing about it is that I'm noticing, and y'all can correct me on the live, y'all can correct me here. Some artists do not see the importance of investing in themselves in terms of their marketing strategies, their approach. They just want to run out there and sing, or they just want to run out there and rap. But this is a business. And so with that, I'm going to segue into something that you say all the time, Lexi, and I want you to kind of break that down for everybody. With Couture Music Management, you manage music,
correct,
not people.
Correct.
What does that mean, girl?
That's the paperwork. That's the legalities of it, the copyrights, the publishing, the registration, and just making sure that everything is correct in that it's all in the artist's name, and that they are properly credited, and that they receive all their royalties, and and now I'm not chasing them around. I don't have to be at every performance. I don't have to be in their music video, and I don't, it's just making sure that their music is protected, and that, they don't have to worry about that part. And to go back into that contract negotiation is extremely important. And there were so many artists in hip hop, R&B, in multiple genres that got contracts, and all they looked at was that advance, and their eyes got big, because nobody's ever offered me $100,000 or $500,000 or $1 million at once and say, here, you're not, they didn't read the fine print. And even if you give it to an entertainment lawyer that was recommended by the label,
that's right, exactly,
you're not going to read it thoroughly. Having a union backing you, and having a representation, somebody backing you and being able to say, hey, hold on, this part don't make sense, that it's unheard of. It was unheard of. And that's why you have so many artists that actually give up on music. They're discouraged. They don't put music out anymore. They don't own their music. They don't own their name. You know, Prince is a perfect example because he went through those name changes for a reason. Prince, Kanye,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Lauryn Hill, Michael Jackson, those are all great examples of artists who, when they actually went through their contract, they were like, they started questioning things. You've seen the decline in a lot of things, either in their life or in their music.
Wow. Are y'all catching this? This is good stuff. I'm going to take a music break real quick. And then when we come back, we're going to get more into some of this hot topic. I'm sitting here talking with Alexis Arce and Nino Corleone, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and play Always Fall by Doug Olay. Shouts out to Doug Olay, who's also going to be at the Love and Less Valentine's Vibe February 14th over at Mike's Place. We at Mike's Place, y'all. Check it out.
About my past. Baby, some time ago, I met a woman. She was my only woman. Some time ago, started from the secrets that we keepin', plus a kind of love they will never see it. Now that we are, our kind of love is unhealthy. I gotta get over you, yeah. And go this lie and set you free. But every time I'm home alone, I lie away with visions of all the sweet love we made. But this is not how it's supposed to be. There is no you and me. Bye-bye my dreams, hello my reality. And I always fall for what I can't see, for what I can't touch, for what I can't have. Love you so much. I always fall for love in all of the wrong places. The wrong places. I always fall for love in all of the wrong places. The wrong places.
Always fall for your touch. Need you here, miss you much. I can't have what you give. This ain't life. Let it live. Let me live. Let me live. This ain't life. Let me live. Always fall. Always fall. Always fall.
Now every time I see you, I get a little jealous. No, I really can't help it. I want you close to me, yeah. And every time I'm with you, I see the sunny days. And when I'm not with you, it's all just clouds and rain. But every time I'm home alone, I lie awake with visions of all the sweet love we make. This ain't how it's supposed to be. There is no you and me. Bye-bye my dreams and love my reality. And I always fall for what I can't see, yeah. For what I can't touch, for what I can't have. I'm loving you so much. I always fall for in all of the wrong places. The wrong places. I always fall for love in all of the wrong places. The wrong places.
Always fall for your touch. Need you here, miss you much. I can't have what you give. This ain't life. Let it live. Let me live. Let me live. This ain't life. Let me live. Always fall. Always fall. Always fall.
I always fall pull you tight. Oh, and I always fall when it's not right. Yeah. Oh, and I always fall. Oh, yeah. Oh. Come on, wanna make you feel right. Tell me what is so wrong. Baby, it's been so long since I've had you here. Come on, can I make you feel good? Like you make me feel good, so good. Even though it's your job. Girl, it ain't your fault, I'm in love with a dancer. So exotic, moves in perfect harmony. So melodic, the way she doing the dance. Even though it's your job, girl, it ain't your fault that I'm in love with a dancer. So exotic, ooh, so melodic, the way she doing the dance. Even though it's your job, girl, it ain't your fault, I'm in love with a dancer. Put your body right here. I'ma do you right here. As soon as we're done, we go another round. 'Cause I ain't had you here in so long. And the beat is going so strong. Can't tell me what that's so wrong. I know it's a job, but girl, it ain't my fault. I'm in love with a dancer. Moves in perfect harmony. The way she doing the dance. Even though it's a job, girl, it ain't your fault. I'm in love with a dancer. Ooh, the way she doing the dance. Even though it's a job, girl, it ain't your fault. I'm in love with a dancer. So melodic, so melodic. I'm in love with a dancer. So melodic, in love with a dancer. So melodic, oh yeah. Company, the way she doing the dance. Even though it's your job, girl, it ain't your fault. And I'm in love with a dancer. The way she doing the dance, girl, it ain't your fault. I'm in love with a dancer.
Touch me, baby, in every way.
Hey,
Latte.
yes. Shouts out to Chocolate Latte Berries.
She would
Love
be
it.
performing at the Ellie's.
And Will, I saw that. So let's talk about that real quick. Your lineup, dude.
GS the brand.
GS the
Shout out
brand.
GS the brand.
Okay.
We got King
Mm.
Younger, Sean Crutch.
Okay.
He's a notable because he's paraplegic. He can't bend a bone in his body.
What?
He gonna be on stage with a cane.
Okay.
You know.
Shouts out to him.
LSC.
I love me some LSC.
Yep. We got Jesse Parks gonna be a part
Nice.
of the. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So see, a lot of people don't understand, like, the reason that this is going to be so impactful is because all of the people that's performing, they're performing with a quartet from the symphony.
Right.
So it's going to be a violinist. Shout out to Caitlin.
Woo.
And then she has a cello player, 2 cello players, and then another, I think it's called the viola. So I'm getting used to the terminology over there, you know, as far as like the symphony and the orchestra, but
string instrument.
Yeah. But see, even though that might be is common to you,
It's not common.
like it wasn't common to me, you know, and I
did play the violin.
Right. I was asking those questions, like they like, well, because at first we were supposed to have a 40-man orchestra for the Illies. And it wasn't enough time to be able to arrange that.
Okay.
So instead we extracted the quartet from the orchestra, which made sense because think about it, in our music, we use a lot of violins and different things like that, strings and stuff like that. So it was going to be easy. Then we got Lex coming in on the keyboard, you know, so it's going to be a real live vibe.
Yes.
As much as we can, we're going to keep the vocals off of the track so that they can give you a real live performance.
Nice.
And also, I'm coming back this year. I'm performing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back. It's going down.
It's a long time coming.
Hell of a lot.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have told you that, but it's gonna be a nice, definitely nice extravaganza. It's all free. Shout out to all the sponsors.
Yep.
So bring your whole family out. The performers are getting paid during the Illies. And then we're doing the Illy after party in the same location. So you don't have to get in your cars and go nowhere else.
Oh,
it's in the same location. So it's going to be rocking from 5:30 to 1 o'clock in the morning. So I hope you bring your overnight bag. Yeah, bring your overnight bag because it's going to be busting. You know, you're going to need a change of shoes or something. I'm guaranteeing you.
Speaking of, what's going to be the dress code? Because last year was pretty dressed down to however you wanted to dress. I saw an array of all different types of styles last year. Are you all wanting to have a different type of look this year for the Illies, or it doesn't matter?
God say, come as you are.
Okay.
Right. I can't tell a person to, do anything outside of their means. I just want you to look good because I don't want me to outlook the whole party. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you to come with your stuff on because I'm coming with my stuff on.
You were suited and booted last year.
Every year.
Every year.
All the way back to the Mad Radio Chicago Awards.
Yeah,
I come with them things on, like them wings on. You know, you might see me in T-shirts every day, but when it come down to them award ceremonies, I'm coming. What should I say? I got that split. That's split.
Okay.
I say dress to impress, especially if you're an artist, because it's gonna be photographers in the building, and you always want to get.
You all doing red carpet too.
Yeah. Word through the grapevine. Just little birdie says might be some news cameras in the building and stuff like that. So you don't want to get caught in a situation like this. It's called the Illy Awards, the harmony of heritage, because everybody that comes on the stage is going to present a piece of their harmony within the heritage. Lexi is she's an artist, at heart, but she has grown into a person that's going to be a mogul in this game. So if she was to come on, just for example, she would talk about what she has going on within the culture and how it means something, and then present a person or either present an award. So it's going to be just like the Grammys or the BET Awards. Expect that this year. When you walk in, it's going to be so star-studded, and it's for the superstars because you all are superstars. And, I wanted to get out of this right here. And I had to say this. Last year, I heard a whole lot of banter about cash grab. When it came down to the culture and to the artist. Now, I can't tell nobody how to eat or how to hustle, but one thing that I'm working to do is take the load off the artist, the load off of the people, because at the same time, we have made the people feel like, oh, I'm not going to that show because it's too many artists, or it's, I don't want to feel like I can't party. I want the people to feel like in the Illy Awards, you're going to be able to party. Mm-hmm. It's only 10 acts during the whole 2 hours of the Illy Awards. Then the after party, we're going to do something special for all of the sponsors and different artists that's participating and stuff like that. But we want this thing to be a ceremony, and we are working to like shape the culture into a different type of atmosphere where you don't feel like a lot of people going to hate us for these things that we doing. Because they feed their families off of artists, and this is a delicate situation.
You probably finna ruffle some feathers, that's for sure.
Yeah, but there's so many other ways to make money in this.
It really is.
And might I add that Couture Music Magazine is covering the 3rd annual Illy Awards with our 3rd issue, which will be the first official issue. And it's going to feature all the nominees, the winners, the icons, and of course the founder creators and everybody else. And I also did want to say I'm like a delicate line with the Illy Awards because Nino originally, when he brought us in to be on the hip hop director board with CFM, when he started talking about the Illies, he kind of gave us an option, and he was like, well, if you want to be on the board for the Illies, you can't be nominated. And a majority of the people that are on the board do not have I have artists and I have businesses and I have a management company. So I made the decision to not be a part and not be on the board or be a sponsor this year because I have Doug Lake and I have GS the Brand, who both dropped phenomenal projects in 2023. And they deserve to be on those ballots. So nominate them for all the categories that you see fit. And absolutely Couture Music Management for Manager of the Year as well. Shameless plug.
Yep.
But I had to clarify that because mainly for me, like I said, I have artists and anybody that I'm affiliated with, and those are my public artists. I work with a multitude of artists in private as well. So, I wouldn't take that away from the artists to be like, oh, well, you can't be on the ballot because I work with you. That's so.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
And just to throw an alley-oop, a lot of the people that's on the Illy board, like DJ JT the Don, he deserves to be nominated for DJ of the Year.
Okay.
I have not seen nobody else doing more shows outside of the city, inside of the city, showcase King consistently, and absolutely. Selflessly. He pulled himself off of the ballot.
Nice.
And everybody else, that was just an example, but everybody else that's a part of the Illy Awards board, they deserve nominations and icon awards and different things like that. Like Timothy Hooper. You can't say that this man is not an icon, but that's the president of Illy National. What do I look like, putting him in the category or, and then the Illies is all about music. We're not stepping into realms that we don't know about.
Okay.
We have a radio station and a radio platform, and the categories reflect off of what our platform represents.
Yeah.
It's no way I can say the best movie this if we don't have any knowledge about this category. It's no way I could say the best dance this if we don't. I ain't did no interviews with no dancers. Then I got dancing on my ballot. Like, it don't make sense. So what we did was, and I was blessed because last year I felt the flack just like the 312 Awards, but I didn't duck my tail. I put myself out there to say, okay, how do you guys want to see it changed? And I talked about having a board last year. On Archery Lee Coleman's birthday today, I didn't know how the board was going to come about. Then the Chicago Federation of Musicians happened, and that kind of subsequently became the board for the Illies. And like she said, I came in the chat and gave them an option. Look, we public figures. We deserve the recognition. We deserve the flowers. But if we are part of this thing, we can't be a part of this thing.
Right.
And I respect her because She could have made decisions behind the scenes that could have impacted her career and her brand in this way. But guess what she did? She said, well, nope, I got artists. And I represent the artist. I don't represent my same way she says. I represent the music. I don't represent the artist. Well, artists, in this moment, she represented you because she could have said, Couture Music is a sponsor. Boom, boom. The same way that all of my people behind the scenes are doing, you know, and been selfish instead of selfless. And that's what I accommodate her on. And it's just a new way, a new approach that a lot of people not gonna like. But if you have funding for your event, why would you worry about making $6,000 when you could probably just make $1,000? And you don't have to charge the artist, and then we can have a free event. You know, see, and that's what I want people to stop doing. Stop calling investors to shows promoters. They investors. These people not promoters. You know, they do not promote. Stop calling people who will pay $1,000 for the venue, pay $1,500 or $15,000 for the artist, and then because that's an investment. If I want to see, if I know for a fact that you want to see Moneybagg Yo, and I have the money to get Moneybagg Yo, that doesn't make me a promoter.
Nope.
That make me a smart investor.
Yep.
I know the people want to see him. I got the money to get the venue. I got the money to get the dude. I'm going to get him and bring them and get the money in. Yeah. So when you want to perform on the stage, they don't care about you being who you is. They don't care about your career. They don't care about you being in it 10 years, 15 years, none of that. All right, how can I make a little bit of change? And guess what our culture is known for? Selling the tickets, or you got to give me some money to get on this stage. Yep. So, you know, now it's 50 years of this we got to wipe out, which is not going to be an overnight thing. And I'm ready for it. I'm willing to die for this thing, because one thing I know is the label's not going to like what I'm doing. Then the label's not going to like what we doing. The white shirts, them people that's telling Sexy Red to say F your baby daddy, you know, because she not writing them songs and really dropping them songs because she wanted to drop them songs. She said F her baby daddy and then did a collage with her baby daddy and showed her baby daddy face and everything. But guess what? Our nieces, our daughters, you know what I'm saying? And our females is thinking, yeah, F my baby daddy. They all in the club, you know? Yep. We got to take back control of our industry, and we are going to do it. The revolution is going to be televised. Yep. I'm guaranteeing you.
Speaking of televised, you got your hands in some TV stuff too, don't you? You want to talk about that?
LaRue TV is coming out.
Yep.
See, you're not a boss unless you can recreate yourself. Woo. I'm comfortable with it now. Yeah. You know, I used to be like, no, you can't tell. You know how they say, can't tell the right hand with the left hand doing, left hand with the right hand doing. I'm so confident in the whole saying that what God got for you, can't nobody take it from you or emulate it or duplicate it, you know. LaRue TV is here. Everybody's going into podcasting. People are starting their own stations. I'm showing people how to start their own. I'm at home right now. Yep. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, you are.
I'm at home right now. This is my home. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Now Radio Chicago and everybody that's over here. We are together in this thing right here. I support everything that y'all got going on, and I will continue to. But I just moving into a whole nother lane. You know, when I started this, nobody was doing internet radio. Nobody, you know. So now that everybody's doing this, we about to start the Black-owned Tubi. The Black-owned. Because, see, y'all like Tubi so much that y'all think that it's Black-owned because there's a whole lot of Black-owned movies on there. Fox-owned Tubi.
Wow. Wow.
Fox
was
Network.
today years old when I found that out.
Fox Network owns Tubi, man. Like, just because you guess what they did, right? When they brought out Pepsi, they knew somebody was gonna like Coke, and they knew somebody was gonna like Coke and not like Pepsi. So the same company dropped the same thing under different logos. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they knew it was independently owned creators out here. They know us content creators everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So they tapped in. They said it's the same thing they did to us as far as like the musicians.
Yep.
They knew we were begging to get on Apple Music. We was begging to get on the Pandora. How do you get a Pandora? You know what they said? If they begging us so much, that mean they'll be thirsty. Some smart person sitting at that table said, let's pay them less than a penny and see how it works. They all looked at each other at the table like, oh.
Right.
Guess what?
You ain't lying.
Guess what? Years later,
Here
in
we
2024, they made $11 billion off us from January 1st to October 31st. They made $11 billion off of 11 million people. Crazy numbers. And think about a Spotify executive or somebody that works in the staff that never drop music making more than you do, and you make the music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that again.
Yeah, say it again.
Hold on. A Spotify representatives. I'm gonna say Spotify representatives make more money off of your music than you do. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a Lexi or Gigi Miller or somebody like that that's making you get those 12 to 16 streams of income off your music, and you just relying off DistroKid or TuneCore, the people at these companies that you putting your music on is making more money off your music than you are. If that doesn't agitate you, then I don't know what's going to.
Yeah, you gotta let folks know at this point we have to get angry. We have to really be frustrated to the point where we want to incite change, because that's the only way it's gonna happen. And we can't do it by ourselves. We have to bond together and do this together. My grandmother used to say, united we stand, divided we fall.
We're gonna fall.
So it's up to you, the listener, the viewer, the content creator, the musician, the artist, to hear what we're saying right now. Listen to what Nino is telling you. Listen to what Lexi has to offer and what she's educating us on at this point, because it is do or die. I don't know. I don't want to hear not a damn person complain about not getting paid in 2024. Based on the information, you all are doing conference calls every Monday, right?
Every
at 8
Monday.
p.m.
Every Monday.
And so they share this. Make sure if you're not already following Alexis or Nino, that y'all start following them, because they're dropping the information every week, multiple times a week on their social medias. And it would behoove you to just be that artist that's sitting there and choosing to be in the dark, because it's a choice at this point. It's no way around it. You can get this or you can miss this, you know. But we're gonna play some music, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit more. I got my girl Alexis RSA in the building, and my boy, the original OG in my radio Chicago, Nino Corleone. Y'all check it out.
The last time you came around here, I liked it, but I won't more. The last time that you came around here, you put it on me. But I'm a type that I really want it how I like it. Baby, can you go deep? My eyes roll to the back of my head. When you're stroking, I wanna ride you instead. What you think? You're deep diving in my ocean. When you go low, do it slow for me, but don't you think? Do you mind if I switch your room, Papa? And it's just me and you. I've Been waiting on this feeling for a long time. The way you touch your makeup unwind. You say you like it better when I throw it back, but I like it better when you get behind. The way you got me wet, dripping like a waterfall. Don't you hold nothing back, babe, I want it all. Putting scratches on your back with these women claws. Standing tall in them draws, but I want it all. Slow. Do you mind if I slow grind? Do you mind if I slow grind? Do you mind if I slow grind? Do you mind if I slow grind?
Promise you, yeah. Hey yo, I promise you I'm humble. Word. I promise you I'm humble.
My nigga too for the goat, these other niggas
I
basic.
promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. Yeah, I promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. Yeah, I'm just being modest. Yeah, just left out the city, hit the A, and then I flew back. Trap work like the Carter. No, I'm not no new jack. Hottest out the hood, no need to say. I thought they knew that. Niggas think it's sweet, but if you shoot at me, I shoot back. Promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. Looking for your bitch, she off the shit, she like to party. Working on the mill, they told me time to get a Cardi. Engine grinding up the E-way, reclining in the water. Heat some Pumas on my 10 toes on the pave. Every nigga you see with me work, I'm trying to get them paid. I'm trying to cook a feast up in the kitchen, Minute Maid. Need a drink, I'm feeling days. Fuck the streets, they still amazed by the money and the bitches. I told them once, no need to tell them twice to ease the tension. I'm on a mission, ain't no need to pay them no attention. Say what I want, do what I want, a king in my position. And ain't no need for pictures. I promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. Yeah, I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I'm just being what you up, man. I promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I never fun with this shit. Modest. I promise you I'm humble. Yeah, I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. Yo, I'm just being modest. Hey, look, it's too much on my nerves. Been trying to switch the subject, but every time they hate, I speak the truth. I be like, fuck it. Walking through the city with no worries, bitch, it's nothing. Beef can get you killed. I hope these niggas bluffing. Shooting for the stars, fuck the coach, I feel like Spreewell. Dirtied up the coupe and spilled the yak, now with me detail. Roll a couple blunts till I'm relaxed, kick up my feet well. Drip look like the seashore, just stepped on the seashell. I was at the house, sleep on the couch, and they woke me up. Told me don't get lazy with this shit, now I'm gon' tee up. Every day I'm working on new product, check the re-up. Ballin', I'm on offense, okay, tell them niggas be up. Since niggas like to follow, tell them keep up, I got more. Walk up in the house, but yet my feet don't touch the floors. Ain't no hate allowed, so tell your peeps don't touch the doors. I've been left about that hood, no need for keeping up with scores. Fuck the wars, yeah. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I promise you I'm humble. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest. I'm just being modest.
My nigga too for the goat, these other niggas basic.
During tough times, it happens to stay at home.
Welcome back, y'all. Man, that was GS the Brand with Humble. Shouts out to GS the Brand. Be at the Valentine's Day Love and Lust Vibe event, February 14th. Make sure y'all go check that out on eventbrite.com. You can get your tickets there, or you could just holler at me for one of those VIP tables. We have bottle services as well. 224-803-9869. Shoot me a text, hop in my inbox. I hop in them back. And so now we're back. And I have the beautiful Alexis RSA, who I am about to now put a little bit on the hot seat.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You born and raised in Chicago?
No.
I'm nosy. I want to know. I want to dig into your business.
Good luck.
You say good luck.
No, I am not from Chicago, and I have to clarify that all the time. But no, I'm not from Chicago. I am from the northwest suburbs.
Okay.
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. That sounds like some Plainfield type stuff.
But you know what? I've lived in, one of these days I'm going to sit up and count all of the cities I've lived in, or cities in Illinois, because I've lived a little bit of everywhere.
You're an Illinoisan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Illinoisan.
Nice. What made you start a music management company? Like, where were you in that time, in that space?
Okay, so CEO Lexi and Couture itself started in 2017, 2018. I've been an artist my whole life, a designer, and all the other fantastic things I do. I've been doing that my whole life. And I was doing like custom shirts and shoes and glasses and all that fun stuff. And I had a nice clientele base with my first company, which was called Couture Design Decor. And my first artist, Rio Luciano, came to me to do some Jordans. He wanted me to do some customized Jordans for him. And in our conversation, we ended up talking about music. And he was like, oh, I rap. And so we started, I was like, I used to rap. And we went back and forth. We were just talking for like hours about it. And it just kind of transitioned from that conversation to us building a studio piece by piece. And then me saying like, well, if we're actually going to do this, we got to do this the right way. And like shouts out to the right way. But seriously, that was exactly what I said to him, that we need to do it the right way and learn the legalities of it all and everything. So I took probably like a year and a half, maybe 2 years of just research and notebooks, and then I just started creating all my my checklists and creating all my Google Docs and learning every aspect of how to put out music correctly. And I founded Couture Music Management in 2020. So it'll be 4 this year. And I just went from there. And then because I did take some college classes on business management.
Okay.
So that's how I learned like the business aspect of it. So knowing how to actually start my business, which I also offer as well, business consultation and business startup services. And it just kind of branched from there.
Yeah.
Promo marketing. And then my nonprofit, my magazine, the label, just it all, graphic design.
So let's talk about the magazine.
Okay.
Because that's your baby. You super excited about it. Yes, it's a new baby. Tell us a little bit about the magazine.
So the magazine, I actually sat on the template for 2 years. And I was waiting on a couple of people to write articles for me. And it kind of just didn't happen. And then I kind of shelved it for a second. Like I was just like, well, I got all these other things going on. But I love designing, and it's like a passion of mine. I love music. I love spotlighting, anybody that's out there really passionate about what they're doing, whether they're an entertainer and a filmmaker, a fashion designer, especially musicians, radio personalities, radio stations. Anything that I love, I'm like, there's so many people that do all these things. They need a place to be spotlighted. And, if you try to go to the major magazines, they're going to charge you. And some of these independent magazines, they charge you. So yes. I don't charge anyone that's featured in my magazine. I do have sponsorship packages, which is for advertising your brand or your music or your business, and having that. But my actual interviews and things like that, I do that I think I'm issue. So this will be the 3rd issue that we're doing the Illy Awards on. So I'm packed with interviews until like my issue 6.
Yikes.
So I already have all that done, and I'm just like waiting.
That's a high class problem to have, young lady. Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
The Illy Awards will be that issue 3 though. And I'm glad I have that, because I have to do all of that like within that time frame from the actual Illy Awards until the print. I have to have the layout done, but I have to, format everything and put everything in, edit it and make sure all the interviews are crisp and great. And I have a photographer that's coming out with me, PK.
Just PK.
Yes,
shout out to Just PK.
She will actually be doing the photos for that issue.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
So yeah.
Oh
yeah. So it's
she's good.
Yes. So I'm really excited about that part. But,
yeah. Oh my god.
And that's not a sponsor either. Like I think we were on live, right? And I was like, it just popped to me because I'm like, this is issue 3, 3rd annual, and I love the number 3. So
that's my favorite number too.
I was born at 333. So
wow. Okay.
So I was just like, man, I got to do this. This issue is going to be all about the Illy Awards.
That's great.
So yeah.
What motivates you? What keeps you going?
I don't know. I can't really say. I don't think
you can't, or you don't want to say.
I don't know if I have a specific thing that motivates me. I think I wake up and I'm just excited. I'm excited. I feel like we're not here for a long time. So, if you're given gifts and talents, like use them. And then, if you can help other people, especially creatives that don't have the resources or don't have, the funding, if you can help promote them or help push them to just know that it's possible. I didn't come from silver spoons. I didn't come from a great upbringing. So, I think that's my motivation, is that it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Something that you and I share that we've talked about in confidence is certain pre-existing conditions, and sometimes how challenging it is to get up and have that get up and go. I know I suffer with sickle cell disease. I don't walk around like it's a badge or anything. Most of my close folks know what I deal with. So some days are good and some days are bad, And so I think that we shared something similar to that extent. That's why this interview has been in the works for a long time, actually, probably since the ladies' luncheon that we did last summer. And we've been meaning to meet up, but if it's like you feeling okay today, it's like and but I'm just so happy and I'm so blessed to have you here. You're really making a change, a difference in people's lives. And even your posts are inspirational. And I think that sometimes you don't get your flowers. And I want to give you your flowers because you do a lot. And so thank you, because that is, it's not easy.
No.
But it's worth it, right? Yeah. It's worth it. Let me go ahead and segue over there to Nino. I'm so happy. Look, Nino, you so good today. Look at you. Cause he wanna jump in at any point. Like the thing that I love about Nino and we both love to talk. That is one of the things that I think that out the gate, you were always very down to earth, very personable. Streets knowledge and book smarts at the same time. And a lot of times people don't see you coming, in a sense. How does that make you feel when you get the sense that people underestimate your intelligence?
Well, see, I think that comes with perspective. I don't look for validation. I don't look for that's why I give the awards out. It's so many of us that don't receive them, and we are deserving, and it pits us against each other. So somebody got to do it, and I've always been the dude who facilitated plays, started up my own shows, and in the realm when we didn't have the Shondales and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, So if you plant your own flowers and you got your own garden, why would you care about somebody else giving them to you?
Ooh, come on with it. Exactly. Let's rewind the story with you. You Chicago born and raised.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And you got your start in radio when?
Well, my first start in radio was, I would say, 2012 when I first started in radio. So I was doing a radio interview in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I did so good that the owner of the station was like, man, you should be a broadcaster. Then I became a broadcaster. And the rest was history, because I always thought about owning, how can I own what I do? How can I own the studio? If I'm spending money in it, I should own it,
Mm-hmm.
And when she told me Too Short and Ludacris and all of these different people with radio broadcasters, I was like, what? Wait, I did all of this research and I skipped over this. And it made sense, because it's like, that's how Too Short got his music out there. That's how Ludacris got his music out there.
Yeah. Why
shouldn't I have a radio show then? So I started my first radio show in Detroit. Worldwide Core Radio was my first show. Then I came back here because I started having my boss mentality started taking over. And then everybody in the station is telling me, man, you the reason why we got so many listeners. And so now I'm the dude that'll come to the owner like, hey, I shouldn't pay broker their time.
Mm.
I should. And she didn't agree with it, which is cool, because then I was like, okay, go back to the drawing board. And I started doing music, and I was going heavy with the music, CDs. I was traveling with my laptop, printing the CDs up one by one. And my goal was to leave here to go to California and try to get a deal, and when I got to Arizona, I kind of pit stopped because I got family there.
Mm.
But I'm not the dude that my mama tell you, I ain't stayed in that crib since 19. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't stay in the crib. I'm gonna get my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was staying in a hotel, and the hotel that I was staying in, it had a gas station in front. Perfect prime location, because that's, if it got some pumps, it got CD players. Yeah. And them cars that's coming up to them pumps, them potential sales, so if it's 8:16, that's a potential sale every 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So it went from doing that to selling a CD in Arizona's gas station to Amanda Wynn's representatives pulling up on me. I did an interview right there. And she was telling me about Support District Radio, which I thought it was just some gaslighting. I never thought that it was going, you know what I'm saying? Because this was in 2012.
Right. This was unheard of then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah.
that's
like whatever.
She called me in 2014, unannounced, like we hadn't been talking, no keeping up with each other, no nothing. It was just out of the blue. I think I was selling drugs, but still on a path to being Nino Coleon, the artist, And when she gave me the call, I was like, it makes sense, but it don't, because where we gonna broadcast at?
Yeah.
Where we gonna do this thing at? Like, what's, I was caught off guard. So, she started Support District Radio full launch with My Radio Phoenix in 2014, and I was following in 2015. That's when you see me on live when we was going in the and it's right down the street. No, it's right down the street on 87th in the Travis Realty building.
Oh, okay.
Right on Cottage Grove.
Yeah.
Right past Cottage Grove on 87.
Yeah.
It's like abandoned now, but we had the radio station in there. It was a dentist's office before it was the My Radio Chicago, and we were there for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was before I came on board, because I came in
2015.
2018.
2015.
Yeah, and that was when I came, and y'all was celebrating y'all 3rd year.
Yeah.
And it's just been a wonderful journey since then. I'm glad that I made the decision, because I met you, and I got to meet, Gary P and so many other folks. And of course, Shop Bliss has always been my mentor and my friend. and just being able to have access to something that I had no intentions on doing for real.
Chablis is deserving, man. Look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, before it was Shondell on terrestrial radio, Chablis was there. And it's disconnects in places for reasons that we don't understand at the time. But when God, when I tell you that statement, when it says God has something bigger for you, when you thought that was what they took from you, or something that was stripped from you, God was stripping you from that for a reason, you know. So he went from terrestrial, and when he came over to My Radio Chicago, it was people like, oh, you at that little station?
Yeah.
And because he was a terrestrial king, a emperor when it came down to, 92.3. So if like a lot of people felt like he was demeaning his like character or career because he was coming to internet, not knowing that years later, internet gonna run radio.
It's the future.
Yeah. So now that he's the owner and the facilitator over here, is fitting. You see what I'm saying? Because, at one point in time he was running terrestrial, so it's only right. And that's the first conversation that I had with him, to bring him over here, was to say that, man, you one of the people that I listen to. And I didn't go to school for radio, but I was practicing all the while and didn't even know it. Like I said, when I did the radio show in Detroit, he was like, man, you got a radio voice.
Yeah.
I was like, I do? I didn't really realize that Soulja Boy and different type of people like that was going to come out and was going to force me into this game, because I can't make that type of music, and this was one of the best decisions that I ever made in my life, as far as like saying, no, I don't have to be Jay-Z. I could be a facilitator, you know, and like I said, meeting you and all of the other broadcasters that I've been blessed to meet, like one of the most slept on voices out here is Kula. Like, for real. Like, I can't wait to whatever platform he jumps back on, he's gonna be a monster. And like a lot of the people that's back in our realm, like the She Bananas and the Gary P's. I remember his first day,
Shouts out to Boot Camp Radio that just got rebooted. Congratulations, sir.
And he like, see, that's what I'm saying.
Your birthday twin.
We are the godfathers of this internet radio thing. Like Janet Neal was right there. You know what I'm saying? She helped me facilitate a lot of plays with My Radio Chicago. She was one of the first. She was the first.
Shouts out to Janet.
Let me say that with respect on her name. When I started My Radio Chicago, I didn't have no savvy of nothing. So the first person I called was Janet Neal. Hey, man, you around Tony Schofield and Devontae Stone Pony and all these other people. I need you to kind of be like my consigliere, because I don't listen to people very well, and I need somebody around that's going to cuss at me the way that I'm going to cuss at them. You know what I'm saying? So Janet was a figure that I respected and still respect now to this day. Yeah. That kind of helped me mold who I was. Even though I was rebellious, she was still always right there like, Nino, don't do. And all the while y'all thought I was the mean person, she was the mean person to me.
I would have never guessed that.
She was the mean person to me. And, I listened to a lot of her tutelage because, like I said, she been in the game way longer than me. And the only way that you're going to be successful in any realm is researching somebody that has done it before you. So that's how that team came about. She brought on people. I brought on people. And, this thing was, formed into this thing 8 9 years later. You know what I'm saying? So no, it's ninth
8.
year. It's 9. It's 2024.
In December it'll be 9.
In December it'll be 9.
Yeah, we just celebrated 8.
So as much as y'all don't know, I look at these lives and I look at when I see Chablis in the morning, I'm like, this still my baby. You know what I'm saying? Even though I gotta run International Radio and every operation of it, and you know, shout out to my team, you know, but this is still a big part of my culture and a big part of my past, you know. So I would love to see it still flourish, and for it to still flourish, it makes me happy.
Yes. Shouts out to you, because you definitely paved the way. What if you didn't answer that phone call?
That's crazy. I never thought about that. But see, success is inevitable for the people who strive for it. You know, these are the reasons why we in the positions that we're in. Like I said, it was inevitable for Chablis to have a Mount Radio Chicago or something, like, because of the work that he's put in.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So no matter how he acquired it or how, you know, it happened, you know,
it was supposed to happen.
It was going to happen.
It was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
I definitely believe that and agree. And how things are interesting because they go full circle, because you know, I hadn't talked to you in a couple of years, and then a business partner of mine from 5 Links reached out to me and was talking about his smoke shop, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Nino, this." He kept saying your name, and I'm like, "Why you keep on name dropping Nino and Janet?" Oh, he worked with them, like, so yeah. Shout out to Marshall, you know what I mean? Like, and honestly, that's whose tutelage I was following, because I saw how successful he was in business at the time and how he had all of these different moving parts, but it was adding to his bottom line. And so that made me want to go out and do the same thing. And I do believe that great leaders, they subconsciously give people permission to go out and do something great. And so I think that's something that both of you all foster. And I appreciate that. Yeah. Let's just kind of go full circle. I'm gonna play some music and come back, and then we can wrap things up in terms of what we've covered today, because we've covered a lot. And I'm gonna make sure that this goes on repeat. This episode is really informative and it's rich in information that people need to be aware of. If they cannot give that excuse that they didn't know anymore. Ignorance ain't always bliss, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and play this BZ23 Investments real quick. Speaking of, shouts out to BZ23, who will also be at the Love and Lust event on February 14th. Y'all check it out. This is Investments.
I wanna know what made you turn your heart so cold. And I need to know how I can get into your soul. See, I be your best friend. Can you get my love a track of life's investment? Keep my heart 100, treat your love like investments. Baby, you can trust me, swear that you won't regret this. You won't regret this. I'll give you love and affection. Just give me your heart, I'll protect it. Baby, I'll be your guard, you my weapon. And baby, I know that they gon' come for us, but I'm ready. Oh, I'ma put it on you, I'ma leave it so. I'ma give you everything you wanna know. I'll be more than you would know. Take it fast or take it slow. I'll be there for you and more. You know that I got you. I got you, yeah. I wanna know what made you turn your heart so cold. And I need to know how I can get into your soul.
See, I be your best friend. Can you get my love a track of lights and plasma? Keep my heart 100, treat your love like investments. Baby, you can trust me, swear that you won't regret this. You won't regret it, no.
Just tell me like who did it. Let me give you the business. See you playing, your number missing like 2 digits. Rated R. Kelly, trying to put my key in your ignition. My mama told me never start nothing I can't finish. I'm with it. Got my grip so tight around the bag, but I think I could let it go. Just to squeeze your ass, man, I'm lying though. Probably catch me flying out of Ryan close. Trust me, you the only pressure that I'm applying. I know I'm ready, about to get out of makeup. And I know you're not ready, you still fucking with your makeup. Can't focus on love no more, cause I know it takes trust. It takes trust, so trust me.
I wanna know what made you turn your heart so cold, so cold. And I need to know how I can get into your soul. See, I be your best friend. Can you get my love a track of lights and investment? Keep my heart 100, treat your love like investments. Baby, you can trust me, swear that you won't regret this. You won't regret it, no. Come in, lay your bags down and take them clothes off. The only rule I got is you can't say no. Now lay up on this bed, relax and clear your head. While I rub you with this oil, you dripping now. It's puddles on the floor, getting slippery now. It's time I take a knee as if I'm bowing down. Scoop back, I'm diving in. Don't worry, I can swim. Or you can hold my hands down the morning stars. I'm happy as a kid in a water park. I'll wait up in the deep end for her waterworks. I know it's coming soon. The waves have suddenly grew, and then boom. Ooh, baby, don't worry about me if I'm drowning. Let your ocean flood around, sink or swim in your love. When it builds up, just let it go. Don't care if you lose control. One thing that I know for sure, I want your rivers to flow. Baby, don't worry about me if I'm drowning. Let your ocean flood around, sink or swim in your love. When it builds up, just let it go. Don't care if you lose control. One thing that I know for sure, I want your rivers to flow around too. Hope you in the mood for what I'm about to do. Round one made your body shake, but I'm trying to open your floodgate. Got my floaties on, cause I wanna drift in your floating zone. Relax in the midst of your lazy river. Ain't gonna stop till you river. Just you and me, we can go as long as you please. Putting in overtime so I can enjoy your slip and slide. Oh, I'm here to serve, and I promise I'll get my turn. Right now I wanna feel your waters run. I'm just like a kid in a water park. So I'm waiting, patiently waiting. Give it, baby. Give it, baby. Let it go. Just let it flow. I feel you coming, girl. Come on. Oh, oh, oh. Baby, don't worry about me if I'm drowning. Let your ocean flood around, sink or swim in your love. When it builds up, just let it go. Don't care if you lose control. One thing that I know for sure, I want your rivers to flow. Baby, don't worry about me if I'm drowning. Let your ocean flood around, sink or swim in your love. When it builds up, just let it go. Don't care if you lose control. One thing that I know for sure, I want your rivers to flow. Yeah, want your rivers to flow. Yeah, let it flow, baby. Want you.
Rivers. Shouts out to Treble the singer, who's also going to be at the Love and Lust Valentine's Day vibe. We got John Blue coming in there. We got some other folks coming in there. Make sure y'all go ahead and get your tickets at Eventbrite. Okay. I am coming back with a special guest, Alexis Arce, and Mr. Nino Corleone in the building. And we've just been chopping it up with them, getting some history behind and the method to their madness. I love picking y'all brains. So just to go full circle, we talked about the union. And if there was some last thoughts in terms of just kind of summing up what the union is and why people should join. Go. Whoever, y'all would, anybody jump in?
Well, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna say this. We are the union. That's what y'all gotta understand. It's not
when you say we, us as a collective.
Yes, us as a collective. The people.
Can radio personalities join the union?
Join them now, because you are a part of this movement. See, even if you don't join, when we start doing these pickets and different things like that, we're going to need you out there with them picket signs. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you're not in the union, you can still move with the union.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying? So like I say, I want y'all to take y'all mind and put y'all mind back into the legislation days when Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and they were marching for, the equality phase, the inclusion phase. These are the things that we need to buck for as far as like our culture goes within music. It should upset you that you haven't made really no money off of your music. Look, you ain't made $100,000. Let's talk about it. Who made $100,000 off their music?
Raise your hand, everybody.
Crickets button.
Wait, I think I do. Wrong one. That's the wrong one. Hold on.
Let's talk about it.
Because that's
$100,000 off your music.
There we go. With the crickets.
Right?
Yep.
When it's people that's right downtown that you don't know, they aren't popular, they aren't popping, and see, that's what we thought. You got to be popping to make the money. Mm-hmm. You got to be popular. You got to bring the bodies out. You got to have a draw. When these people don't have to go through the same things. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is, how do we do it?
Right.
We not gonna do it with me just running around. They gonna kill me. Just throw me in the lake and get me on up out of here, and then sign somebody else and give them more money than they never, and then just shut them up. If it's just only me running around. But see, my message is this. Lexi, if they knock me down, you got to scream about it. Mm-hmm. Let them know. They knocked Nino down because he had a voice. He was about to bring some change, and they didn't want to see it. Mm-hmm. They there's somebody else that's going to know. If they knock both of us down, oh, hell no. Mm-hmm. No, we got to scream about this thing. Other than that, they are going to keep giving us what we've been getting. Mm-hmm. And what's a form of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Okay, then. So, no, I'm not asking you guys to sign to my label. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that you guys...
This is not a label, y'all.
I'm not saying that you guys have to be even friends with me. Right. You guys don't have to like me. You can continue to dislike me. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Your voice matters within the state of us saying that we should get treated better. Should we get treated better? If your answer is yes, you should be in the union. Then guess what you can get? Dental benefits, health benefits, life insurance, a pension.
What?
A pension that you can pay into. That's why I said earlier, think about King Youngin having a pension. That's just that.
Right.
Just that perk.
At 12.
At 12.
And
being
then,
able to pay into his pension. Guess what? If he was a union member, as him performing in the Illies, that would be his first paid into pension performance.
Right.
He would get paid, but not only would he get paid, money would go into his pension that wouldn't come out of his pay.
And then he get ready to retire at my age.
Look, and before he's 40.
Right.
Crazy, right?
Exactly.
So think about us doing that. It's a lot of our kids, right, that are musicians because they're a rapper or they're a singer. They have excluded us from it. But BJ Levy, John Floater, and Karen Suarez has said different. They said we belong. They were the first people who said we belong. We belong.
Yeah.
So the same way, like I said, that they're getting taken care of, they not worried about going to college. Let's just keep it funky. If I know that my kid can play the French horn and get $100,000 a year, guess what I'm gonna teach them? You think I'm gonna teach them how to shoot a basketball? You think I'm gonna teach them how to throw a football?
You better not.
Man, you better pick this horn up and horn your horn off.
Okay. That's that investment right there.
You better get horny around.
get horny around. That's
so that's all, that would be my thing, is for people to understand that this is not me saying let's kumbaya. This is not me saying Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, he's saying we ain't gotta like each other, y'all, but we are coming in there for the common goal, and the common goal is to make sure that everybody achieves more. Okay, together everyone achieves more. That's the definition of team, just in case y'all ain't said it. So we're not saying you gotta like it, but what we're saying is that this makes sense. This makes sense, and it's time.
And it's beneficial to you as an artist.
Right.
There's power in numbers.
So please reach out to Nino. Reach out to Lexi.
Look, hold on.
Oh.
You don't have to reach out to me.
You ain't even got to reach out to him.
Look,
tell him where they can go.
That's another thing, right?
Okay.
So again, no, don't act like
don't reach out to him.
Don't
He's
act
not
like
he's not the gatekeeper.
I'm not the gatekeeper.
No gatekeeper.
Let's say that publicly.
He's not the gatekeeper.
I'm not it's not a such thing as a gatekeeper in the union. All right, let's talk about it, right? I got funding coming from the Chicago Federation and a plethora of sponsors that have helped the Illy Awards be who it is. No, I didn't come out of my pocket and do these things, right? So you know how certain people, when they get sponsored, they be like, International Radio, we did. No, we didn't. We had help, and I'm not bashful with saying it. Thank you for all of the sponsors that dove into my vision to even help me. But guess what? If you are a union member, there's funding for you. You can tap into what's called a MPTF fund. It's called the Music Performance Trust Fund.
Oh,
it's for you.
MPTF.
Yeah. See, look, please get your notebooks out.
The heck did I
this is a thing that's available for every union member as long as you have the right credentials, right? So all you have to do is go out and find a sponsor that could get you a venue. You talk to John Floater about what it is that you want to do as far as like the show or the concert. You talk to him about the artist that's going to perform, and he's going to show you how you can pull a grant down for free just by being a union member. Oh no, it's more. So under the union, you also can sign like Lexi did. And I'm gonna let her expound on it a little bit more after this, as a signatory label. And you get special payment funds for every project that you drop under the union. So if you drop a song, you drop an album, you drop a EP, a LP, every song on the project gets a special payment that you receive every year. These are things you can't even Google.
No. Wow.
So Lexi has had her couture music management group for I think almost 3 years now. And as soon as she heard about this, what did you do, Lexi?
Oh, I needed all the information on it. And if you are incorporated as a label and run yourself as a business, which all artists should, that's something that I teach anybody that works with me or has a consultation with me as an artist. You are a business. So this is something that you can take advantage of when you release your music. I don't have the full details of it in front of me.
No, what I'm saying is, what did you do? I'm gonna say, what she did is she went and formed her own company under the union. As soon as she found out the sauce, it was like, why wouldn't I do this? Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, because Couture Music was founded in 2020. So I'm going on year 4 as a label and management company. So when I heard about that, and nobody gives you that information,
no,
they don't tell you that. So it's just like, when they explained it, and they were like, well, your new releases that you put out, release it under this. We have this fund, and it pays on top of what you already receive in your royalties. I'm like, what?
Crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, but it's beneficial. If you're an independent artist, you absolutely need to tap
Our people
in.
need to know this, man. Like, for real. And that's why we do the Zoom meetings every Monday.
Yes.
We want just to keep the thing going. See, back in the day, remember when they had those secret civil rights movements meetings? This ain't a secret. This revolution will be televised. They're going to feel it. It's no more exploitation. And by the end of this year, we're going to be doing the buck for the people pulling off of the streaming platforms. You're going to see me organizing in front of the Spotify buildings, in front of the iHeart Radio buildings, and different buildings that distribute music and make more than the musicians and taking from the musicians. You're going to see us out there with them picket signs and different things like that, because a change going to come.
Yeah. And for all the information on the Chicago Federation of Musicians, go to www.cfm10208.com.
One more time.
www.cfm10208.com. And there's a tab for how to join, and just all the information is on there. And they are updating it. Karen's updating the website, so you'll see some hip hop artists and everything. And you know what? That is something that we should discuss with them about radio personalities, because hip hop wasn't on the table, DJs, EDM.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So
how can we fit that in?
So she fits in the category of DJ, because you see what I'm saying? It's more than one way to skin a cat.
Category for DJ, it should be a category.
It's more than one way to skin a cat. But right now, like I said, the door is open for you to join. Like I said, because you're a radio personality, which is /DJ. You in here pushing the earns. You in here programming the music. You in here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm bucking for that. And there's no way that they gonna say that you can't join, because we need you. Yeah. So please join. And what we have done, right? So it was a prorated price. It was $265 to get in the union. Then plus your year, so you have to pay for a full year of dues, and then you have to pay. So no, it's $200. It's a $200 fee, then a $65 fee for the AFM. So that adds up to $265. Right. Then you will have to pay your full year of dues for the first year that you join. We have got it to where all you have to pay is $224, and your whole 2024 is paid for. Are waived. The registration fees is waived. So all you gotta do is pay
the life of, or
no. So next year, next year your dues are going to be monthly.
Okay.
But this year, but see, like I said, when you first sign on in the union, think about it. If you played the French horn, or you played the cello. When you find out about the union and you come on, even right now, they still have to pay $265 and then pay their whole year, which is $224. They got to do that. We don't, because they know, like, look, we trying to be as lenient as possible because we know we left you guys out. We know, and we want to learn from you guys. So, and we want as many of you guys to come in and learn. We want to send you guys to organize in classes, get organized in church, get the learning, get the knowledge, you know, so that we can go and tell the other people, man, hey, look, we don't have to get treated the way we've been getting treated. We should never say. That's just like you signing a contract to work for somebody and you owe everything. You don't get, because think about it. If you are not a certain stature of artist, you in debt. You owe.
Yeah.
Because the advance, you got to pay it all the way back times 17. And, you know.
Those are loans with interest.
Loans with interest, which is like interest that's insurmountable that you damn near can't even pay back.
Yeah. You'll never pay it back.
So, like, that's just like you going to a cash advance place and then they giving you a illegal amount. That's what they do to us, because guess why?
They can.
Because we didn't have no legal representation.
Right.
If we were under the Chicago Federation of Labor, then they couldn't do it. Now that we are, why should we stand for it now? It should be the biggest voices now standing up saying, hey, I know my cousin makes music. I'm telling my cousin he should spend this $224. It's people that done spent $250 getting on stages, didn't get a chance to breathe on the artist that you opened up for.
Yeah.
You didn't meet them. You didn't see them. And then after you got through performing, you had to stand back in the crowd.
Yeah. Because that brings me to my next question. It's like, okay, once you join the union, how do you go about receiving monies? For, like, say, for instance, I see a performance that I want to be part of, like, and I'm an artist. How do I go about getting paid to be in that particular performance?
So right now, we can't dictate the pace of people that don't even believe in the movement. You see what I'm saying? So if you invested into a crib, I can't tell you to come in and put what pipes in it. I can't tell you to put what cabinets in it just because it's efficient or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So what we're working to do is convince the promoters. Well, I can't even call them promoters, the investors.
Yeah.
That's invested into these shows, that if you were a union member, you would have funding. So think about BB Speaks, right? It's cool. You can get the $6,000. How much you think I made? Let's be real. How much you think I made off the Illies last year? It was a for-profit event. So you see what I'm saying? I left that off the table to get a salary from the Chicago Federation of Musicians because I believe in the change. Not because I'm saying that I believe in it and then I'm like, well, this is a $6,000 night.
Right.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
I had over 100 people on the ballot that brought at least 4 or 5 people in per person.
Yeah, you did.
I made like almost 6,000 last year. I left that off the table because guess what people said? It's a cash grab. Nino pulling off the fans. Nino doing, okay, cool, right? So this year it's free. Now what I'm doing? How can they say anything about my team? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they gonna still find some room to say, but guess what? We prepare for it. We will absorb it and work to address it. But like I said, the thing that we're working to do with the union is show the people who invest in the shows that even if you're going to make $20,000, what is it to you to let 4 people perform to open up for them?
And there are union partnered venues too.
The only way that's gonna work, right?
Well, there is for already.
But I'm saying as far as hip hop and R&B, the only way the unionized venues are gonna work, because unionized venues are free, so they have a salary as well. So when you bring a person in that's gonna set the stage and he gonna set the chairs up or the DJ, they have to be all union because they got to get their salary from the union because it's gonna be free now. You see what I'm saying? They can't do things like sell liquor and, so it's different things. Once you unionize a venue, it has to be certain perimeters set in place for it to be legal. You see what I'm saying?
So there's no liquor?
Right now. But think about it, right? These are laws that were set in place over a time where people were prehistoric for real. And I'm sorry, BJ, if y'all listening, it's a prehistoric situation.
With most music laws.
Mm-hmm.
They set these things up in 1920 and just was like, all right, well, that's how it is. So now they are willing to listen to us to see, like, man, certain things that's not legal should be legal, or certain things that could be legal. Let's fight for the legislation. And that's what the union is. So again, we are the union, us people. And then we have BJ Levy, John Floater, Karen Suarez, and the whole Chicago Federation of Musicians to step behind us and make sure that we have a voice, because they're going to go to the politicians and make sure that the voice is there. And if we don't stand up for ourselves, the process is going to take way longer.
Right. So that's the breakdown, y'all. First, we got to get together. This is the step one. So this is what Nino and Alexis are here to do, and that's to raise awareness, simply to let you know that it's out here, and it's time for us to be able to have a voice. Make sure you go to the website, cfm10208.com.
I do want to add,
yes,
when you click on that how to join, there is instructions to email Karen. And when you email Karen, make sure that you put that you are a hip hop artist on there, so that those registration fees are waived.
Yeah.
And then you will only have to pay the dues for 2024, which are $224.
Okay. Awesome. And y'all, play this back as many as times if you need. If something you missed, or you don't understand something, make sure you go to the website, do your research. We're not just telling you to just do something because we said do it. No, do your research. I'm always going to advocate for people who think for themselves. And what you might find is that this makes sense. Any last thoughts, anything before we go ahead and check out? Where can they find y'all?
You can find me at www.couturemusicmgmt.com. And I want to say, stream that Duggo Lake, that yes, the brand, the Blizz Effect 2 is on the way. And
is.
Get into Couture Music. There's a spotlight if you want to advertise your business, your brand, or your music. I have those sponsorship packages available.
Right. And
on all social media, CEO Lexi Couture, and on Facebook, Alexis Arce.
Perfect.
You can find me on internationalradio.net or either cfm10208.com.
Period. Y'all, in the words of Les Brown, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure having you all here. I want to thank you for coming in, sharing your insight, your knowledge, and your input, because it matters. And I hope to have you back sooner than later.
Yes.
Because we definitely have a lot of different other subjects to unpack when it comes to Chicago. Y'all, this is Convos at Chicago. I'm your host, BB Trinette. Make sure y'all follow me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, BEBETRANETTE. Make sure you go ahead. The nomination ballot is open for the Illy Awards. So if you have not already done so, make sure you go ahead and fill in who you think should be in those spaces for the 2024 Illy Awards. I'm super excited, and it is going to be sponsored by CFM this year, correct? And I think this is groundbreaking. This is changing the game, y'all. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and check out for now. In the meantime, come back next week, because we are going to have some of the folks that are going to be at the Love and Lust Vibe event on Valentine's Day. We got some of them stopping by and talking about their experiences. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Fall on my hand regel, bag them, seal them and get them gone. Jumped in it, was searching to see a zone. Nas P's here, wood big as hell like I'm smoking out a tree here. Playing with the branches like a monkey in a tree here. A G here, landscaper. I'm playing the wild for that damn paper. I am 39. BFA. I ain't here to step on toes, but You see me?